And with more promising leaks and rumors that keep pouring in from around the world, on this episode I will be talking more on the always-on display leak feature from Apple again for the iPhone 14 Pros and the 14 Pro Max only, and it definitely shows that the iPhones will be getting this feature this year. Also, keep your fingers crossed as there are many more informations to be released in this episode, from the iPhone 14 Pro Max release date to the latest information on the prices and more specs to be revealed. So, talking about this new feature leak for the iPhone 14 Pros and the Pro Max only having the always-on display, another new leak is also coming this week in the Xcode 14, which is again also confirming strongly the rumor for the always-on display for the iPhones. In case you don't know what Xcode means, the Xcode is a main hub on the Mac that allows developers to create and code iPhone applications, and for other Apple devices, the leak has been discovered by Steve Morse, again showing that Apple is gearing up to use the always-on display feature. Recently, the WWDC made a release and we saw that the latest and the newly released iOS will be made available for the iPhone 14 models. Quite a whole new bunch of features were introduced to us, which includes widgets, changes to the lock screen, and the iCloud Share Photo library. We are also going to have the new M2 chipset with brand new design for the MacBook here. And now that the WWDC event is done and dusted, the next major event on Apple calendar is going to be the launch of their new products, especially the iPhone 14 models this year, 2022. And as we all know that all reports and leaks that we keep getting from around the world on this channel here especially, we are not 100% correct or 100% proof that they will come true, but definitely I can and will always get you closer to the best rumors and leaks from around the world from most respected and reputable sources from Apple. Definitely watching this video shows you are very curious as I am and very interested in knowing what is going to be said and made into the next generation iPhones. Yes, we both are. So stick and subscribe to my channel using the subscribe button below. Like my videos and help my videos get even far better. And now back to the always-on display leak feature. One of the biggest upgrades of the iPhone 13 Pro models delivered was the 120Hz dynamic refresh rate display. Thanks to the use of the LTPO display panel, the screen could go from 120Hz to as little as 10Hz when a fast refresh rate was needed, and thus that helped or saved more battery life. The LTPO is a snappy acronym that stands for low temperature polycrystal oxide. In short, it always and it allows for a display to be dynamically changed in the refresh rate settings without needing of an additional hardware component sitting in between the device graphics processing unit and the display controller. By being able to change the refresh rate of a display on the fly, a device can flip from using a power-hungry high refresh rate to a lower refresh rate when they are not necessarily needed, which can help squeeze out more juice from the battery life. And according to some rumors, the iPhone 14 Pro models could even build up this and scale it down to as little as 1 Hz, reducing the power drain of a display, and this could enable the reported use of an always-on display. Long rumored to be an upcoming feature for the next generation iPhone, Boomerang's Mark Gunman has claimed the iPhone 14 Pro models would finally get an always-on display this year, and it will be used to show weather, calendar stocks, and activities and other data on the lock screen with a much more lower refresh rate, helping preserve battery life. In contrast, the standard iPhone 14 models are now tipped to get a 90Hz display. which could be an upgrade over the 60Hz of the iPhone 13 last year, but not quite up there with the Pro model phones. As for the screen sizes, according to Ross Young, the iPhone 14 Pro models could increase in size from 6.06 inches to 6.12 inches, and the iPhone 14 Pro Max models from 6.68 to 6.69 inches. This will apparently be because of the rumored slimmer bezels and new notch design. And finally, a report suggests that iPhone 14 Pro and the Pro Max model will see an upgrade for their OLED display quality. The report says that Samsung Display will use its older M11 series for OLED displays for the 6.1-inch iPhone 14 and the 6.7-inch iPhone 14 Max and Plus models. The newer generation M12 series display will be used or reserved solely for the iPhone 14 Pro and the Pro Max models only. This may not be a huge difference, of course, but it is still a disappointment. And now to the release date. So, based on some good news that no chip shortage or components are being hard to come by from now to the end of summer 2022 as believed, then the iPhone 14 Pro and other iPhone models will be out by the end of September 2022. But what makes us think like that? Based on the release date history going way back to the iPhone 4S released in 2011, the classic iPhone came out on 14th of October, and in 2012 for the iPhone 5, it was released on the 21st of September. Now, going a few years back, in 2016, it was the time for the iPhone 7 models, which were released on the 16th of September. In 2019, we came to the release of the iPhone XS on 21st of September and the XR on the 26th of October of the same year. 2020 was quite an exception due to COVID, and the iPhone 12 models were released a bit later than usual on October 23rd through to November 13th. And lastly, getting back on track, the iPhone 13 models were released on the 24th of September. So as we have observed, the release dates were consistent and most probably intentionally made to fall in mid-September through to the end of October if there are no unforeseen hindrances. Now we should get another beautiful event from Apple this year 2022 in September, and going by all the rumors so far, we expect September 13 to be the launch date for the iPhone 14 models range. After that, we expect the pre-orders of the iPhone 14 range to go live on Friday after the Apple event, and that should be on September 16th, with the iPhone being released a week later, more likely on Friday 23rd of September. This would be a 10-day interval after the rumored Apple event occurs. There have been some murmur of supply chain issues potentially affecting the manufacturing of iPhone's 14 ranges. For instance, Apple analyst Ming Kuo reported that he has recently learned that some iPhone 14 panel and memory suppliers have experienced some supply issue, but he noted this won't have much of an impact on the overall supply of iPhone 14 models this year, as other suppliers can also fill in for the gap. With that in mind, the supply of the standard iPhone 14 and the 14 Pro models should be solid when the phones are launched. Some popular models might have a slightly longer waiting time than others, but we don't predict there will be a big delay in the supply. Apple didn't issue any warnings during its third quarter earnings announcement, which would suggest a September launch is really on track. And for the release prices, a reliable Apple leaker leaks Apple Pro has claimed 3 of the iPhone 14 models are tipped for a price hike this year, while the regular models will apparently stay at a baseline of $799 like the iPhone 13s. A subsequent report also claims that the iPhone 14 Pro price hike is imminent. Now, based on these rumors, the iPhone 14 Pro would start at $1099 which is an 100% increase over the $999 on iPhone 13 Pro, and the iPhone 14 Pro Max may see a similar $100 increase, hitting $1199. This relatively significant leap in launch price would certainly sting the wallet of anyone hoping to score a high-end next-gen iPhone 14. When a new iPhone arrives, it often means the end of the line for the older iPhones, and with the iPhone 13 mini looking to be the likely phone to get cut off from Apple's smartphone lineup. And wrapping up, this forthcoming and seriously anticipated beautiful event from Apple will surely feature other Apple products like the Macs, the MacBooks, the iPads, the Apple Watch, the AirPods, and more. Yes, we are really excited again this year. I can promise you that I will be giving you all the full details to everything as soon as the event unfolds. But I will need you to keep your fingers crossed, hit the subscribe button down below, as well as hit the all for the notification bell so as to stay on top of the news as they come. If you really enjoyed this episode, make sure you smash the like button. Thank you. I will see you soon. Cheers.